we will be creating fake test learners in our course. And to do that, I'll click on these 3 dots on the page and scroll down to test users. And here I can say how many test learners I want. And for this example, I'll just add 2 test learners and hit add test users. And then I have 2 learners that I can choose from, test learner 1 and test learner 2. And I can get to them again by clicking on this button, back to test learners, and then I'll click on test learner 1. And now I'm logging in as this fake learner. And from this perspective, we can see what they see in the learning journey. So they can go through components and mark things as complete. Here, for example, is what the checklist activity will look like, and it'll be marked as complete when all 3 of these things have been completed. But I want to focus on what it will look like in the peer review section. So as I mentioned earlier, this learner, test learner 1, will firstly submit their pitch, and I'm going to not upload a video. I'm just going to add some text as a submission. So we'll pretend like this is a video, and then they will hit submit. And then that unlocks this next activity where they can go and review other submissions. But obviously there are no other submissions yet. So we'll be logging in as a second test learner. And to get to that second test learner, I can just click on this drop down and head over to test learner 2. And then I will again submit something from the perspective of test learner 2, and we'll hit submit. And that unlocks this activity for test learner 2. And now test learner 2 will be able to review test learner 1. So I'm going to click on this button here to review, and it'll show our rubric that we created. So here's the question, and we can give a score. And then remember, we have to add the comment because we forced that comment, and we can complete our peer review, give feedback, and submit the review. And once we've done that, we'll unlock this final activity, which is where test learner 2 will see their feedback once they've received feedback. So I'm going to go back again and pretend to be test learner 1, just so that I can complete that flow. So I'm going to go and give peer feedback to test learner 2, and we'll hit review again and just give some feedback, hit submit. And now, because I've done that, I've unlocked the feedback that I received from test learner 1, and I can reflect on my feedback by clicking over here. And here is the bottom, there's the self-reflection rubric that we introduced earlier. So I'll add some reflection and submit reflection. And then the final part of this feedback loop is where test learner 2 can see how their feedback impacted the feedback that they received. So actually, let's go back and over here, and I can click over here as test learner 1, and there I can see their reflection on my feedback. So as test learner 2, I'm getting feedback on the quality of my feedback, so that if there's another peer review activity, I can improve and give higher quality feedback. So that is a quick overview of the peer review process.